Hi, friends. I thought I would give you a studio tour here of my working area. My friend Kathy over at More Fun with Felt did this recently, and I've done it on Facebook, but I haven't done it on YouTube. So I thought I'd give you a little tour of where I work every day. I apologize if you hear Sunny in the background. She's going to put her 2 cents in as well. But it's a very long, narrow room. It has 3 doors, 2 windows, so it's kind of hard to find a place to put stuff. But for now, it's working. There are some things that I would like to change, but that takes money and time. So let me show you. I'm coming in from my dining room here, and this is my desk. There's my wonderful son and grandson there. But this is my desktop computer. I have a bulletin board. There's shelving up here that just kind of hold random odds and ends. I have over there are some cards, envelopes. This basket is just stuff. Stapler, hole punches, our family filing and stuff like that. The modem is in there. I have that basket has old CDs and old planners on it. Those boxes, there's 12 of them, one for each month. I like to do cards for my family, and when I try to get ahead on them, I stick them in those boxes. My daughter gave me a World's Best Mom trophy. I feel so honored. My husband went to the gas station the other day, and the lady gave him 2 of these for the woman in his life. So envelopes, just like for mailing and stuff like that over there. Over here I just have like my address book, all my my bookkeeping for my business is these 2 bottom shelves of the current month is there, along with my sales tax stuff, and then my months, all my reports and everything are there. This is just odds and end files and stuff like that. I do keep a planner. I'll show you that in a second. And I kind of set up a little basket here for my planning stuff. So when I'm doing my weekly planning, I have everything all handy. Used to be kind of scattered everywhere. Those are just some journals for keeping notes and stuff like that. Mug rug that my sister made me a couple years ago. I use it every morning for breakfast. I love these gel pens. If you don't have these, they have an eraser, so it actually erases. They're pretty amazing. This is just random stuff. My planners are here. This is my current one, and I'm changing to a new one for next year, so that one's there. I've been working on it. Let's see. I want to go. Let's turn around here and go to this side here. So this is my craft storage. The numbers, I only used temporary vinyl on them, and they're falling off, so I need to redo those, but I pretty much know. But how my craft storage system works is I have a notebook, and in that notebook I have alphabetical pages, and on those, well, I'll show you here in a minute. On those pages there's all my supplies and the box number that they're in. So like, I don't know, like box number 10 there has a whole bunch of glues and stuff like that in it. So all I have to do when I need to find something is I open up my notebook and I look at the page and find out what box it's in, and I can pull it out. And there's some random stuff there. I've been working on snowman, so I have bells here that need to go back, and I had a wood slice because I was trying to figure out what size wood slice I wanted, so I had pulled a couple out. Up on the top is a bunch of yarn, which I probably should hand off to my daughter because I don't do any crocheting or anything anymore, but you never know, you might need it. I got some, that bag there's some wool dryer balls. That is my sign from the 2 times I did craft shows. I have a Bodabra up there that I've used a couple times and stuff like that. So that is all just craft stuff. I probably should go through it and kind of get rid of some more stuff. Down here, there's a couple more boxes. This is actually the notebook that I keep track of all my files in. There's a camera. I have a saw for outside. I have a Dremel. My painting, all my paint brushes are in there. I started a household notebook a long time ago, and yeah, it's there. So I think I have some spray paint back in that crate back there. So let's turn back around this way. Just my printers. I have a black and white laser, and then I have the Epson color jet here. Just random stuff. Down below is like my printer papers in the drawer. This is like an old microwave stand. And then we have just random bits and bobs and stuff like that in there. File cabinet for all our personal stuff. I have a file drawer here for stickers. I like to put stickers on envelopes and stuff like that, or when the kids are here, they kind of use those. I have like some random painting books in here. I have an ideas folder from when I was painting, more painting books, patterns, who knows what's all in here. The next drawer here is I pick up stuff for the Christmas tree boxes from time to time. So those are in there. Some printer paper. I don't even know what all. Other craft supplies and stuff like that. Bottom drawer. I have like all my markers and pencils and stuff. Oh, looks like those are those foam stickers for the grandkids when they're here. More stickers. All that fun stuff. That little drawer unit up there is just some paper and stuff like that. I've had that for a long time for when I was homeschooling, so kids could find paper and stuff that they needed. Just some random things on my top of my shelf here. My daughter had a mustache on a pizza box that she got, so she stuck it on my chicken when we were out of town. This jar here is full of, whoops, sorry about that, random pieces of wool that came off of, when I was cutting out stuff or projects that didn't go the way I wanted to. You can see that little face right there. And I use that in the center of big items. If I'm making like a pumpkin or something like that, I'll pull a bunch of those out and use those in the center. Coming around here, this is just my travel bag when we go traveling to put my wool stuff in. My husband drives, and if we're on the highway, I will needle felt. That actually needs to go up there. I just haven't gotten it to it yet. These 2 boxes are finished items to be sold, and then the bottom 2 boxes are core wool for the center of projects. This is my main wool station here. We'll start up top. The bags are just for classes, and when I go to a class, I put my stuff in there. That bag has all my class kits in them for they include the mat, and I'll put needles in there and the wool in there for the classes. There's Egbert and Eglina with a card that one of my kids gave me. The top shelf here, I usually put finished items on. I was just taking a picture of that snowman from my Facebook page, which is why he's there. This is all my wool sorted by color. These craft boxes, I get them from Michael's usually, are they're like for cardstock and stuff like that. Work perfect for storing my wool, so I put them in there by major color group. This is some random stuff. There's a box back there that has my granddaughter's needle felting when she's here. My long wires are here just because they won't fit into my other boxes. Just some random stuff. These are idea pages and notebook that they need to go into. There's 2 more notebooks down there. And some books on felting, business stuff, what have you. This bin here has my curly locks. I can get it out. Just some random stuff. I have my little stencils here. This I need to try it. I got this from Lion Gate Farms for doing cans. I still have to try that. I have fake lashes in there to put on projects. There's some, I don't even know what's all in there. It's all kind of random. I got some little doodads here for embellishing, stuff like that. This bin here has unfinished and or work in progress that I just kind of didn't want to work on anymore. I have some Angelina fibers in here. I did actually have the curly locks in here, but I got rid of some of the stuff, so that's that bin. This little area down here is just some extra bags of wool that didn't fit anyplace else. These 2 bins are wool that won't fit up in my boxes. So they're like extra stuff. Okay, moving over here. I have some hoops that I've picked up along the way to use to frame stuff in. My irons. Most of this stuff is for my card making. So I have cardstock and papers and stuff like that all in there. Like my, when I mail out my needle felting things, or I sell comfrey root cuttings, in that little section there I have little papers that I include with that, along with some other random stuff. That's a bag down there. Water for my irons. This is a carding board, whatever, to card wool. My ironing board, some more hoops, some batting that I had to get for some project sometime. I forget what. These boxes are all fabric scraps that I want to go through. I have some sewing that I want to do for Christmas this year, so I need to go through that. We have an outside door to our backyard. This is all sewing notions and stuff like that for when I do sewing. That's some more fabric. I have a pegboard up here for my sewing supplies, scissors and cutting things like that. I have some curly locks here that I just got this summer that I haven't put anywhere yet. They're just there. They're going to have to find a home here soon. My thread for sewing. I do have some random scrapbook stuff up there. The little box up there at the top is for our family Christmas get-together. Some beads. It's a little tree that I used when I did my craft show. Just a light. And then I have a serger and a sewing machine over there. And then this is kind of my holding space for my projects. I put all my projects into baskets with all the supplies that are needed for them. So when I'm ready to do something, I can pull it out, like for my lives and stuff like that. So that's all that. Those did have eyes in them, but I pulled them out and moved them into that, which I'm not really happy with because I was kind of hoping, because it's two-sided. I happened to get it on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and I was kind of hoping I could put all my eyes in here, but the smaller ones tend to fall through. It's not like tight. The cover isn't tight against the dividers. So I'm not sure if it's going to be that way or not. This is just one of those little rotating things for pictures. A couple orders over there. Random core wool. Actually, this is core wool for my class that I'll be teaching later on this week. So that's what that is. Underneath the table at the moment is a bunch of boxes because I've been collecting boxes for my sale. Next week, I have another sewing machine over there. The bag is a light table or a light picture thing that I use sometimes. The basket has some random sewing projects in it that need to get done. That box was supposed to go to my father-in-law because we brought home his cane by mistake, and now he says just wait till we go down there again. Back here in the corner, just some random stuff that I, don't have any room for it. My children, when they were little, minus my youngest. Up here is, this shelf is all shipping stuff. I have a scale there. My tape gun is in there, envelopes and stuff like that. The top shelf is more scrap material that I need to sort through. And let's see here. Come down here. I do pictures here. I have a light board here for tracing stuff. And I do some pictures here, but at the moment this little table is housing all my sale stuff for this coming weekend. So it's just kind of there in order of how I'm putting it up on Facebook. This is just some random foam for sewing and what have you. Over here is my Cricut. I have all my Cricut supplies here. My vinyl is down in these drawers down here. I like to pick up these card things when they're on clearance at Walmart. So I have a whole bunch of those and there and in that box there. So like I said, I do like to do card making for my family and stuff like that. So that's what that is there. Let's see here. I guess we'll start up here. These boxes, this box has my kits that I have available. This box has wool that I take to my classes in case students want to buy some wool. That contains all my tools for my classes, so extra needles, pens, Band-Aids, you name it, it's in there. That basket has markers. That little black thing there is markers. My toolkit, so I don't have to keep trying to find from my husband. Mats, extra mats are in there. Let's see, I have some polyurethane for projects. In the back is a wax melt thing. Cookie cutters, alphabet cookie cutters, boxes for my kits. These 3 boxes contain extra felt pieces for my mats or for backgrounds and what have you. We'll come down here. I have a heat press that I don't use anywhere near as much as I should. And I really need to find a different place for it because I'd like to have more space on my table. I do have a pegboard that has some of my most used tools on it, although I don't use them very much when for needle felting, but they come in handy. I have markers, glue, more so when I'm doing my card making and stuff like that. This is where I do all of my work. This is where I film my videos. Everything gets done here. I usually put my baskets of projects over here and then work here. I have a second phone dedicated for filming, which sits there on that light stand. And then my mat goes underneath it on my computer so I can watch comments when I'm live. This is my toolbox that goes with me when I travel, and I just keep everything I need right in there, so it's right handy. I have a brush mat, good pair of scissors, extra needles. That little jar back there is like random tools. There's like a couple toothbrushes in there for brushing out fur. There's chopsticks and skewers and whatever I might need, wire cutters. Let's see here, my glues that I'll use regularly, just some notebooks for keeping track of things. This you can actually get on Amazon. My Felted Creations Project Companion. This was my sample copy, so you wouldn't get that, but that's available on Amazon if you want to keep track of your needle felting projects. See if I can find the beginning here so you can keep track of what supplies you're using, the color, any materials, or websites. You can put pictures in here or sketches. Keep track of your time, any notes. If you want to take progress pictures, you can put them in there. So that's available on Amazon. These back here. Don't you love this? When I used to paint, I was in a painting group, and we used to do exchanges all the time, and somebody gave me this. I think it's really cool. So that's my cup holder. Random pens in those two jars there. You've probably noticed the Legos. My kids like Legos, and so they think I like Legos, so they give me these little flower kits to do from time to time. Little doggy fell down. Tape, what have you. So my desk, these are my Cricut mats. My desk is actually a door, and then I got two small shelving units here and two small shelving units there that I put back to back, and we put the door across it to make my desk. And I have a stool, and then underneath, so on this side, if you can see, I have like all my scrapbook pictures and stuff like that down in here, and then I have all my quilting books and other random craft books there. And then if we come over here, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see down under here, but I'll try. I have some clay stuff down there. I have some paint, more craft books, tracing paper. Top shelf is just more like sketchbooks and other craft books and stuff like that. Come around this way. That box is my daughter's stickers that we sell. And then just more random craft books and what have you. So, yeah. So I think, and then that brings me back around to the other, my storage there. So I'll show you real quick my binder here. This came from Farmhouse Craftaholics. She sells this. But basically, you put in your item by letter. You know, so this is all the C's, and then you put whatever box number it's in. And it doesn't have to, like, you don't have to put all the glues together. You don't have to put all the paints together. I kind of did that to some extent. But now when I need something, I can just pull this notebook out, find out where it is, and then find out what box it's in, go pull it out. And when I'm done, I know where it goes back. So it's a really, I don't know why it's a very simple program, and I don't know why I never thought of that. It works for almost anything. Like, I wish I had that when I was homeschooling my kids, because that would have been absolutely amazing. But you don't need to get the thing from her. You can just do a regular notebook and stuff like that. So, little seal, he's going to be a giveaway. I'm going to add to him. But yeah, so that is my studio in a nutshell. But so these are more little goodies that are going to be in my sale next weekend. So, but I thought I would give you just a little tour, and I think that's it. So until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.